Today we want the lines to be parallel, so we have to figure out what x value works in for our angles so that the lines are parallel. Okay, A and B. So here's the first one. Oops. This is A, this is B, and cut by transversal C. So this angle right here is 3x plus 7. And this one is 5x plus 1. So this is going to use the example from our bell work.
We're going to use this for A.
Actually, hold on, let's stop. We don't know that A and B are parallel. We want them to be parallel. We want to make them parallel. So in order to do that, we have to do something with these two angles that are given to us. So what type of angles? How do we classify those two angles, Taylor? What are they? Same side interior. And in order for them, these two lines to be parallel, A and B, what has to be true about same side interior angles? They have to equal 180. The sum of 180. So in order to find x, we are going to write the equation 3x plus 7 plus the other angle of 5x plus 1. That has to equal 180 degrees because these are same side interior. So over here I'm going to write same side interior . And I'm going to put that they are supplementary. And that tells me that they have to have a sum of 180. Okay, so now algebra takes over. We combine like terms on the left. So 3x plus 5x is 8x. And then 7 plus 1 is 8. So we should have 8x plus 8 on the left, 180 on the right. And now we're down to a two-step equation, which is, what's the first step? Subtract 8 from both sides. We get 8x equals 172. Then do what? Divide by 8, right? So we should get x is, we're going to get a decimal, something 0.5. What is it? 172 divided by 8. 21.5. Okay, so in order for these two lines to be parallel, x has to equal 21.5. So what's the measure of this angle? What would be the measure of both of those angles? Just for fun, let's figure that. How would we figure 3x plus 7, what the measure of that angle is? We know what x is, right? So just plug in 21.5 for x. So 3x plus 7, that would be 3 times 21.5 plus 7 equals how many degrees? What do you get, Mrs. Ratzliff? What do we get? Thank you. We're double checking. And then 5 times 21.5 plus 1. 108.5. So do those two add up to 180? They do. So we can say now that these two lines are parallel, as long as x equals 21.5. Okay, so I want to see that on your work today, anytime where you've got to find x so that the lines are parallel. I would like for you to identify the angles that you're working with and then their relationship. Write your equation solve, and then check your work to make sure what you said was supposed to happen did happen. Okay? All right. Let's move on to the next one. So we've identified these as alternate exterior angles. What's the relationship of alternate exterior angles taken? So equal. So in our equation, we need to show that 9x plus 9, that angle equals 6x plus 36, correct? If we want those two lines to be parallel, that has to be true. So that's the equation that we are going to write. 9x plus 9 needs to equal 6x plus 36. Because they're alternate exterior angles, and because alternate exterior angles are equal in measure. So now algebra takes over. Owen, what do we do from this point?
We do 9x plus 9 plus 6x plus 36 equals 180.
Whoops, I forgot 36. No, we don't. Because they're alternate exterior, so they're going to equal each other. So we set them equal to each other. So, Kara, what do we do here? Okay. So that gives us 3x plus 9 equals 36. And then the next step is to subtract 9, right? So we get 3x equals 27. Divide by 3, x equals 7. So we think x equals 7 is the solution. 9. X equals 9. We think that's the solution. So but we want to check. So I'm going to check 9x plus 9, see what that equals. And then 6x plus 36, see what that equals. So put that in your...
You know what I'm saying? Every angle on that thing would be
Because it's what? 90 degrees? Turns out to be 90, so there we go. Good. So does everybody get 90 degrees? But I want to see that. So, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so there's our two angles that were given. So we need to talk about what type of angles those are. So, Kristen, what type of angles are these? Same side interior. So what's the relationship of same side interior? Supplementary. So I want that written down. Okay, so supplementary means what? Their sum is 180 degrees. So our equation, now we're going to say that we have to add 17x plus 9 to the 32x plus 24 to get 180 degrees. And then at this point, we are just turning it over to algebra, our friend algebra. So 17x plus 32x is 49x. And then 9 plus 24 would be 33 equals 180. So then we would subtract 33. And we would get 147 on the right, I want to say. 49x on the left. Divide by 49. And x is 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we think x is, but are we finished with our work? No. What do we need to do, Carly? Plug it in. So now I'm going to take the fact that x equals 3 and plug it into 17x plus 9 to see what I get. So 17 times 3 plus 9. 60. And then I want to see what 32x plus 24 is. So 32 times 3 plus 24. I'm hoping that's 120, is it? 96 plus 24 is 120. Okay, so what are these supposed to add up to because they're same side interior? 180, and do they? Yeah? Okay, so our answer is 3. Again, I want to see all of this. I want you to identify the type of angle, the relationship, write your equations, solve for x, and then plug in to make sure. Now, your assignment today is going to be a worksheet where you are going to be given some angle measures that are just an angle measure, not in terms of a variable. So I still want to see this information, like what type of angle it is and what the relationship is going to be, as well as your final answer, if that makes sense. We'll kind of go over that. Okay? So today's assignment is going to be a worksheet. So let's go ahead and also finishing your note cards.